Hello everybody, getting ready to do lesson 2.2 Algebra 2, lesson 2.2 part 2 today. And if you need part 3, it's available here at this email. You can get your worksheets, tutoring, tests, quizzes, and solution PowerPoints, or the full course if you email me here. And today's lesson 2.2, evaluate and graph polynomial functions. Part 2, we have a 21-point class worksheet today, and we have 0 points here of note taking. Here is our standard here, and we're going to evaluate and graph polynomials. So into our lesson today, we're going to start out with synthetic substitution. Another way to evaluate a polynomial function is to use synthetic substitution. This method shown in the next example involves few operations and direct substitution. Students, in your own words, define synthetic substitution. If you're in my classroom, then I check these out usually on Friday. Walk around my classroom and make sure my students have done their notes, and they get awarded points for how thorough their definition. Okay. Example 3, evaluate synthetic substitution. To evaluate f of x from example 2 when x equals 3. So if from example 2, this is what our plug-in would be from example 2. Write the value at which f of x is being evaluated to the left. So it's going to be evaluated when x equals 3 here. When x equals 3. So from example 2, and you should have example 2 in front of you, that'd be in part 1. Bring down the leading coefficient, be your first step here. So we just drop that down. And then multiply the leading coefficient by the x value. So we're going to multiply 3 times 2 here, which is what class? It would be 6. So 3 times 2 is 6. We put that beneath the second coefficient here. And then we add. So 6 and negative 5 would be 1. Continue on here. So we drop our 2 down. We multiply our 2 by 3 and we get 6. And we add. We have 1. And then what do we do? Well, we write the product under the third coefficient now. So 3 times 1 would be 3. This goes here. We added that. We drop this down. 3 times 1 is 3. And then we add. So 3 and 0 would be 3. And then we multiply again. 3 times 3 would be 9. Then what do? We add. 9 and negative 4 will be 5. And then 3 times 5 will be what? 15. And then we add. So we have a remainder here of 23. So the final sum is the value of f of x at the given x value, and that would be synthetic substitution gives f of 3 equals 23. So this would be the amount of that polynomial when you plug in 3, which matches the result in example 2. If you go back and you check part 1 of this lesson, you'll see from that 23 would be the solution. Now, use synthetic substitution to evaluate this polynomial for the given value. Here, we're going to plug in 2 into x into this polynomial. Students, this is yours down here. Pay attention so you can do your in practice. So we're going to use synthetic substitution here. We're going to plug in 2. So when x equals 2, that goes out here, and then 5 is our first coefficient here, 3 is our second, negative 1 is our third, and then we have a constant here. So we drop this down, and then 2 times 5 is 10, then we add, we have 13. 2 times 13 is 26, and then we add, we have 25. And then 2 times 25 is 50, then we add, we have 57. So here's our solution here for plugging into this polynomial using synthetic substitution would be 57. So f of 2 would equal 57 for this situation here. That is lesson 2.2 part 2. Part 3 is available here at this email. Or anything else, email me here. Thank you very much.